Good afternoon, and welcome to our commencement celebration. If you are able, please rise for the national anthem, which will be performed by our student a cappella group, Keeping It Trill. You may be seated. All right, good afternoon and congratulations, graduates. Welcome to your family, friends, and loved ones who are joining us for this auspicious occasion. My name is Mark Nicosia, and I am the provost here at Widener, and I am pleased to welcome and introduce the members of the Platform Party. Please stand as I read your name. President Stacey Robertson. Chair of the Board of Trustees, Paul Bideman. Vice Chair of the Board, Cynthia Sarnowski. Treasurer of the Board, Nancy Hess. Trustee Jim Hargadon. Trustee Marcia O'Connor. Trustee Lou Rodriguez. Trustee Tim Spees. Will members of the university's leadership team please stand? Will Dean Audrey Snyder please stand? And will Professor Barbara Patterson, our Grand Marshal, please stand? Thank you. Please be seated. Finally, the last group that I'd like to introduce is our faculty. Will our faculty members please stand? These dedicated faculty members have guided you, cheered you on, supported you, and yes, challenged you. They have helped some of you get your first jobs and helped others refine career paths and plans. They have brought cutting-edge knowledge and scholarship to your classrooms. Our faculty, all of us, are deeply dedicated to your success now and in the future. So will you please join me in a big round of applause for your faculty. And I now welcome President Stacey Robertson to the podium.
Good afternoon. I am so delighted to be here to share this incredible moment with you. It is not an exaggeration to say this is my favorite time of the year. It is such an honor to share this joyous day with each and every one of you and with your family and your friends who are here to share your amazing accomplishments. So in that spirit, can all of our graduates just stand up, turn around, and thank your family and friends? Just give them some love. Thank you so much. Today is indeed such a happy day. And so I thought we might talk just a little bit about happiness today. Just a little bit about happiness. Have you ever wondered why some people seem happier and more positive while others seem to find the darker interpretation of just about everything? You know, the glass is half full versus the glass is half empty. We often assume that this is just nature. People are born this way. But research into positive psychology suggests that we can actually make changes to become increasingly positive. And the benefits of embracing positivity are impressive. It leads to greater happiness and life satisfaction, better physical and mental health, stronger relationships, and more success. We know that negativity constrains us, but the last 30 years of research on happiness shows us that positivity broadens us and makes us more creative. Most of us believe that happiness follows success, and that happiness must be sacrificed in the pursuit of success, that being stressed and anxious, exhausted and overworked is a badge of honor that will eventually result in success and happiness. But in fact, the opposite is true. We become more successful when we are happier and more positive. Now, this is not to suggest that problems don't exist and we can simply use, willpower to become more positive. What I am suggesting is that positivity is an approach that frames our thinking, decisions, and experiences in life. It is a mindset, how we process the world, that relies on gratitude and hope, resilience, optimism, and meaning, and that helps us to overcome obstacles and improve. To embrace this mindset, we need to cultivate proven behaviors and habits that fuel greater success and fulfillment. I'm going to make just 4 quick suggestions to you today, just 4. Very easy ones. First, write about positive experiences and gratitude regularly. Writing about positive experiences reliably boosts feelings like happiness, contentment, and hope. Studies have shown that people who keep a weekly gratitude journal experience an increase in happiness and more short and long-term optimism. Why is this? Well, when we recall and think about things we're grateful for or happy about, our brain increases production of chemicals associated with joy, motivation, and mood regulation. Together, these chemicals improve your mood and strengthen neural pathways linked to positive thinking. In this way, gratitude journaling is kind of like a mental exercise. Just as practicing an instrument builds musical skill, regularly writing about gratitude builds a positive mindset. Number 2, meditate 5 minutes a day. Yeah, just 5 minutes. That's all it takes. And if your mind wanders, that's okay. That's kind of the point. Bring it back. Just redirect your thoughts and back to your anchor, whether that's your breath or your feet on the floor, and start again. I use guided meditation, which is available on a ton of different apps, and ask me afterwards if you want some recommendations. Neuroscience tells us that meditation strengthens the brain's capacity for positive emotions and resilience. Meditators often report feeling more optimistic, emotionally balanced, and appreciative in daily life. Over time, meditation literally changes the brain in ways that support emotional well-being. Research shows that a mere 8 weeks of meditation practice can rewire your brain for happiness. Number 3, commit conscious acts of kindness regularly. Acts of kindness trigger immediate positive feelings in the giver by activating the brain's reward circuitry. When you perform a kind act, your brain releases some of those feel-good chemicals. This neurochemical boost leaves the giver feeling happier, more upbeat, and more optimistic. In short, kindness biologically rewards you with a better mood almost instantly. Finally, number 4, exercise regularly. Physical activity has immediate physiological effects that elevate mood. Workouts prompt a surge of endorphins, the body's natural painkillers, which relieve stress and induce a state of well-being. Along with endorphins, exercise also increases levels of serotonin and dopamine, producing that exercise high that leaves people feeling happier and more relaxed after a workout. Take a walk, a bike ride, a strength workout, a pickleball game, but be careful, this is a dangerous sport, or even ping pong. All of these can produce those chemicals that increase your sense of positivity. The health benefits are just icing on the cake. So just to summarize, to become more positive and increase happiness, write about why you are grateful, meditate for 5 minutes, do something nice for someone else, and move your body. The results will blow you away. Congratulations, everyone, and go Pride. That was a very short speech, wasn't it? That was like super short. I now welcome Dean Audrey Snyder to the podium.
Well, President Robertson, shall we get to the big moment? Will the candidates for all degrees please rise? President Robertson, the students standing before you have successfully completed the courses of study prescribed for their respective degrees. On recommendation of the faculty, I am pleased, therefore, to present them to you. So, graduates, please come forward.
Now presenting Widener University's graduates from the Dwyer School of Nursing. Michelle A. Recitar Saenga, Doctor of Philosophy. Julie Elizabeth Larson, Doctor of Philosophy. Francis Walker McAdams, Doctor of Philosophy. Lisa C. Bjorkalo, Doctor of Philosophy. Jacob Levi Weissenberger, Doctor of Nursing Practice. Boima S. Goba II, Doctor of Nursing Practice. Anthony Johannes Steidler, Doctor of Nursing Practice. Haley Caroline Martin, Postmaster's Certificate in Family Nurse Practitioner. Rebecca Ann Reed, Master of Science in Nursing. Jacob Gary Murgott, Master of Science in Nursing. James Liam Slavin, Master of Science in Nursing. Lauren Michael Murphy, Master of Science in Nursing. Caitlin DeAngelis, Master of Science in Nursing. Nachali Velez Sanchez, Master of Science in Nursing. Adilene Panida, Master of Science in Nursing. Janvi Utkarsh Patel, Master of Science in Nursing. Kelly Maureen Davis, Master of Science in Nursing. Shelby Lynn Mandery, Master of Science in Nursing. Danielle Nicole Semino, Master of Science in Nursing. Holly Beth Koya, Master of Science in Nursing. Sean David Dougherty, Master of Science in Nursing. Kiana Green, Master of Science in Nursing. Hawanya Sarita Nelson, Master of Science in Nursing. Tasia Monet Wallace, Master of Science in Nursing. Dorcas Joline Brown, Master of Science in Nursing. Giselle Aimee Bitu Yudovich, Master of Science in Nursing. Gianna Christine Fea, Master of Science in Nursing. Jessica Marie Pan, Master of Science in Nursing. Seema John, Master of Science in Nursing. Srilata Kogunti, Master of Science in Nursing. Alexis Cianci Testa, Master of Science in Nursing. Miranda Lineham, Master of Science in Nursing. Sydney Wea, Master of Science in Nursing. Lindsay Ann DeRoss, Master of Science in Nursing. Brooke Elizabeth Myers, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude. Madison Elizabeth Berth, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Catherine Jean Quarry, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Ava Lynn McDermott, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Sydney Alana Crane, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Tori Pittman Howard, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude. Zaria Monet Zambrano, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Fatia Shani Reed, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Sarah Michelle Porter, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. John Raymond Elliott III, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Kelly Ann Nugent, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Julia Elizabeth George, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Bailey Lynn Heil, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Reagan Paige Donnelly, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Grace Tedesco, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Ashley Ann Jenkins, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Tara Grace Dole, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Paige Grace Campbell, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Taylor Marin Williams, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Skylar McKenna Thompson, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Morgan Kelly Sullivan, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Marissa Renee Fry, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Cameron Ashley Brubaker, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude. Jacqueline Daria Gugliera, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Caitlin Patricia Quinn, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Isabella Lynn DeLuca, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude. Kylie Christine Seitzinger, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Jordan Nicole Torres, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Jacqueline Marie Cleary, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Lauren Nicole Tracy, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Morgan Ann Machichi, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Tahara Antoinette Waiters, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Miriam S. Sharif, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Layla Danielle Brown, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Maya Sade Kennedy, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Alyssa Paige Kearns, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Sydney Janae Bell, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Arwen Pearl Fithian, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Kayla Elisa Williams, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Gianna Helen Barnaby, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Brooke Elena Hunter, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Emily Victoria Cloak, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Taylor Michelle Pearson, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Caitlin B. Bendig, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Inaj Elaine Guthrie, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Marissa Lee Maloney, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Teresa Rita Calivas, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Juliana Marie Kim, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Tara S. Hume, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude. Kira Drew Pauls, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude. Jasmine Darlene Botilla, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Grace Catherine Russell, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude. Julia Montero, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude. Elabel Rodriguez, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Madison Rainey Egan, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Samantha Kathleen Sager, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Isabella Matthews, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Caitlin Elizabeth Thompson, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Ava Mary Julia Zeckman, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude. Kaya Elise Santiago, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude. Lainey C. Rutina, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude. Alexis Jade Pelowitz, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Catherine Lee Ash, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Riley Elizabeth Gorman, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Vivian Cesarano, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Emily Elizabeth Carter, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Ali Marie Lohi, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Ava Colleen Fabian, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Skylar May Grunza, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Renee Elise Collins, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Anna Francis Gredanas, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude. To be commissioned as Second Lieutenant in the United States Army, magna cum laude. Skylar Gabrielle Bayard, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Anna Francis Gredanas, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude. To be commissioned as Second Lieutenant in the United States Army, magna cum laude. Cameron Grace Cassidy, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Mara Rose Carberry, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Neely Alexa Kozlowski, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Amy M. Van Horn, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Kirsten Anna Redding, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Gianna Lynn Carboni, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Alexandra Page Paul, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Dominique Grace Wood, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Maria Olivia DeTremp, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Jake Kevin Spar, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Bella Elizabeth Cromer, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude. Emma Mary Dykus, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Alexa Lynn Logue, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Gavin W. Scott, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude. Alicia Nicole Miller, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude. Liliani Lynette Villa, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Lachey Brandy Blunt II, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Corinne E. Nichols McCrae, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Shaina Kother, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Brianna Alyssa McCrae, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude. Victoria Ann Natale, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude. Jessica Ann Mantz, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude. Madison Elizabeth Phillips, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude. Catherine Elise Long, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Lindsay McCready Fair Cooks, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Meredith Renee Schroeder, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude. Caitlin M. Hay, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Ryan Philip Toporowski, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Michael John Berkeley, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude. Carter Levi Hoover, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude. Nicholas P. Rosati, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Vincent Peter Roberts, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Michael William Campbell, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Christopher Michael Jasinski, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Harris J. Allager, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, magna cum laude. Jacob Stephen Riley, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Michael James Smith, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Elijah Isaiah Grice, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Haley Michelle Moyer, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Alec Tyler McGurn, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Sabira O. Amadou, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Malika Ayana Jones, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Nima Omokwa Amadou, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Gianna Brielle Genoese, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, summa cum laude. Mona Sabri Kozar, Bachelor of Science in Nursing, cum laude. Kadiatu Diallo, Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Maritza Vanessa Garcia, Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
We're just going to let our last graduates get back to their seats. So, good afternoon. On behalf of the faculty and the staff at the Dwyer School of Nursing, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to the class of 2026, graduates of Widener's Baccalaureate, Master's, Postmaster's Certificate, and Doctoral Nursing programs. Today, we celebrate far more than a completion of a degree. We celebrate a transformation. As you don your caps and gowns, you recognize years of rigorous study, resilience, and growth. And you also step into the profound responsibility of being a nurse in today's complex healthcare environment. Nursing is a calling that's grounded in service, advocacy, and leadership. Yet at its heart, nursing is deeply personal. It's practiced one patient, one family, one community, and one moment at a time. to share a little story with you. I heard this as a fairly young nurse working in the emergency department from a very seasoned nurse. And this story has been told many times. There's a person who's walking on the beach, and they see someone at the distance, far in front of them, and they see them bending over, and they're picking up something, and their arm is going out. And they're wondering what they're doing. And as they get closer, they see that the beach is littered with starfish. And they walk up to the young lady, and they say, "This is impossible. There are thousands of starfish on the beach. You can't help them. You can't make a difference." But she gently bends down, and she picks up a starfish, and she throws it into the ocean. And she replies, "I made a difference for that one." And so this story to me reflects the essence of nursing. You'll not always be able to fix broken systems, solve every problem, or change every outcome. But every day, you will make a difference for that one. The patient who feels heard for the first time, the family who receives comfort in a moment of fear, the community that benefits from your leadership as a nurse, your scholarship, or your advocacy. Never underestimate the power of presence, compassion, and professional excellence. For that person in front of you, you are everything. So as Widener Nursing graduates, you're uniquely prepared to serve with knowledge, integrity, and purpose. You carry forward a tradition that's rooted in excellence, social responsibility, and care for the common good. Wherever your path leads, whether it's clinical practice, advanced practice, education, research, leadership, or policy, your impact will matter. So you are, and you always will be, a part of the Widener-Dwyer School of Nursing family, and so that we hope that you stay connected with us and allow us to celebrate your future successes with you as your careers unfold. To our graduates and their families, friends, and loved ones gathered today, they've supported you, and we thank them. Your commitment and sacrifice made this day possible. So on behalf of the faculty, we congratulate you, and we wish you a future defined by purpose, compassion, and meaningful impact. So as you prepare to enter the profession of nursing, we now take part in a tradition that symbolizes the responsibility, service, and commitment each of you carries forward. And that is the lamp lighting ceremony. As a community of nurses, we now formally welcome our graduates into the profession of nursing practice and reaffirm together our commitment to its values. The lamp is a long-standing symbol of care, devotion, and vigilance that nurses bring to those who are ill or injured. Historically, Florence Nightingale would light a lamp and pass the flame to graduating nurses. So today, the lighting of the lamp by Widener Nursing faculty and students symbolizes the knowledge, professional responsibility, and ethical practices passed through generations from faculty to graduates. So would all the faculty and graduates please rise? I am going to light the flame of the lantern that is here. And as I do so, I ask that each of you take your lantern out of the bag at your seat and that you twist the bulb to turn it on. And then turn and face the audience behind you. So now we're going to ask all of the faculty and graduates to repeat these words of the nursing pledge after me. And if we have nurses in our audience who would like to stand and do this, you are welcome to join us. So the nursing pledge, if you will repeat after me. In the full knowledge of the obligations I am undertaking, I promise to care for the sick with all the skill and understanding I possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status, sparing no effort to conserve life, to alleviate suffering and to promote health. I will respect at all times the dignity and religious beliefs of all patients under my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me, and refraining from any action that might endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skills at the highest level, and to give loyal support and cooperation to all members of the healthcare team. I will do my utmost to honor the code of ethics applied to nursing, and to uphold the integrity of the nurse. You may be seated. So Widener nurses, your faculty and fellow alumni proudly welcome you into the profession of nursing. Please let the symbolic starfish in your bag remind you to lead with purpose, serve with compassion, and to use your voice, knowledge, and commitment to make a lasting impact. Congratulations again.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to stand one final time for the big, big moment. Faculty, will you also please stand again? Under the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, the State of Delaware, and the trustees of Widener University, I confer upon you the degrees for which you have successfully completed the prescribed courses of study and for which you have been recommended by the faculty. This is signified by your diploma and is conferred with all the rights, privileges, and immunities appertaining thereto. And now, in recognition of your graduation, all baccalaureate degree recipients, please move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations! It is my greatest pleasure to congratulate all our graduates and wish you the very, very, very best for your future endeavors. We hope that you will come and visit us at homecoming and any other reason you have to come back to campus. We will be waiting for you here. This concludes our commencement ceremony. Please remain seated until the platform party and then the graduates have recessed. Thank you very much and congratulations to our graduates.